This is the new American Constitution. Eager undergraduates studying American constitutional development in the fall of 2022 engaged in a thought experiment and redrafted the original Framers' Constitution. The original Framers' Constitution.
I'm Grace Kogan. The question before us is what is provided in Article 5 of the Framers' Constitution. Article 5 establishes the protocol for amending the United States Constitution. The Framers describe a process in which the United States Congress shall propose amendments when necessary or when two-thirds of the American states come together, a constitutional convention shall occur for the same purpose. The amendments must be approved by 3/4 of the states represented in the convention, or when amendments are proposed by the legislature by 3/4 of the states within the union.
I'm Patrick Hurley. We made several significant changes to Article 5 of the new American Constitution. The first change we made was to divide Article 5 into sections and tackle each issue. Section 1 establishes that when it is deemed necessary, Congress shall propose and debate legislation intended to become a new amendment to the Constitution. The debate will begin in the House of Representatives, where there is a more accurate, proportionate representation of the American body. Once an amendment passes the House, the process for debate moves to the Senate, where the amendment needs to be voted in by 2/3 of the majority. Section 2 stipulates the process within the Senate, where there must be a simple majority vote. Anything less is considered a rejection. Once the amendment passes the Senate, the House has up to 48 hours to address and make any changes. Section 3 is yet another novel concept in the new American Constitution. That brings together the judicial and legislative branch. Once an amendment passes through Congress, it will be submitted to the Supreme Court, where the 9 justices will debate its pretense, constitutionally, and ultimate stability. Because of its position and purpose within the American government, the Supreme Court is the only body able to make direct changes to the amendment as they best see fit. Once the court establishes the amendment as constitutional, the text will then be placed on a ballot for the upcoming federal election. Section 4 sees the inclusion of both the 9th and the 17th Amendments. The 9th Amendment of the Framers' Constitution stipulates that the unenumerated rights within the Constitution belong to the American people. And we, framers of the new American Constitution, believe that it is within those rights that we have the ability to have a voice in amending their own Constitution. The 17th Amendment, which creates direct election of U.S. Senators, is put to use here to establish that the amendment will be voted on in a direct federal cycle, rather than the complex and controversial Electoral College. If an amendment receives majority vote in the election, it shall be officially added to the text of the Constitution on January 2nd, as one of the final acts of the outgoing Congress.
Will Article 5 of the new American Constitution stand for the next 100 years? We believe Article 5 of the new American Constitution will stand for the next 100 years for 2 main reasons. 1, it proves the functionality and the compatibility of 2 of the branches in our system of government, the judiciary and the legislature. It demonstrates their ability to collaborate and work together for the good of the American people. And 2, the process of amending the Constitution will no longer be isolated solely to the government. The inclusion of the American voting body on the amendment gives the American people the opportunity for their voices to be heard, which will indeed help make the new American Constitution a document by, of, and for the people that will last for generations to come.